A new Premier League season, a new opportunity, a chance for titles, a chance for trophies, a chance to prove doubters wrong, and a chance for a fresh start. But that all really depends on how you get started in the Premier League. Now, I'm going to be breaking down Liverpool's fixture list as it has just been announced, reacting and analysing the first 6 games, talking about the October into Christmas period, and then where Liverpool's ultimately their season will end, what it means for Liverpool, what to expect, what the hopes may be. Yeah, let's get into it. So, beginning Liverpool's season, we are starting away at St. James's Park. Now, there is certainly a lot of history between Liverpool and Newcastle that stems a lot further back than the last few years. But in the last few years, the rivalry seems to have been relit. A new flame has been added. More gas has been poured on the fire, mostly down to transfers, namely Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Munoz. Now, Newcastle fans rightly upset. Liverpool have swooped in under their noses, but it's kind of created quite a fiery atmosphere, and we've seen it at its peak when Liverpool visited St. James's Park last year, just as the Isak transfer was getting started or coming to its conclusion. I expect this to be a very difficult start for Iraola. It's certainly not one that maybe fans would want, but I do think this is a wonderful opportunity. One of the toughest away games of the season as your first game is an opportunity to get that ticked off out the way. 3 points away at St. James's Park puts Liverpool in a very strong position right from the back. It is not an easy game, but it is one I think I am looking forward to. However, I would be putting Isak on the bench for that one for sure. Following that, Liverpool are at home to Nottingham Forest, a chance to play relegation candidates from last year. Certainly, they'll be looking to prove people wrong and get off to a good start themselves. I do think it is essential Liverpool make Anfield a cauldron, make Anfield this terrifying place for opposition to go yet again, because it's not been that in the last season. It's not felt like that. The fans need the emotion from the players. The players need the emotion from the fans. The connection needs to be retied. And I think Iraola's first job in terms of the fans is getting that back. And I think you get that through exciting football. You get that through how the players apply themselves on the pitch, but you also get that from how the manager is acting on the sideline. I think we know that was an issue with Arne Slot. I think this is a place where Iraola will thrive. Nottingham Forest at home is a great opportunity for 3 points that I believe hopefully will be coming off the back of 3 points at St. James's Park. Now, after that, Liverpool have Ipswich away. I think this will be a very different opposition to the Ipswich we've seen in the Premier League 2 seasons ago. I think they will be tougher to break down, tougher to beat. I don't think they are going to be, not the entertainers, but I don't think they're going to be coming up trying to play freely by any means. I think they are experienced now. They have a bit of experience as to what the Premier League needs, what you don't need to survive, what you do need. I think they are going to be very difficult opposition. But 3 games in, their fans will be on their feet. There's still that excitement around when they're newly promoted. It will be a very difficult game. And listen, Ipswich, Forest, and Newcastle all present very different threats, all present very different needs to break down and needs to come away with 3 points. And Iraola is getting tested. Straight after that, you have Fulham at home. Now, this feels more of a straightforward game for Liverpool. Not to dismiss Fulham, but Fulham are in turmoil at the moment. You know, Marco Silva, you know, seemed quite disappointed with the lack of direction. They've lost one of their talisman in Harry Wilson over the summer. There doesn't seem to be really any direction at the club at the moment. They seem to have settled for mid-table. Now, I think what made them quite formidable mid-table team to play was they always seemed to pull up against the big sides, whether it was Arsenal or Liverpool. They put on a performance. They were difficult. I don't think they're going to be that this season. In fact, for me, Fulham are a surprise relegation candidate. That is how I have them this season. I think Liverpool at home, we should be walking away with 3 points. After that, we have a reunion very quickly for Iraola at Bournemouth. I think this is going to be a very interesting game. Anyone knows that club better than Iraola? I don't think so. I think we will be prepared, set up, and I think it will be a very difficult game once again. You know, but all of this feels like kind of feels like a setup. Feels like training these first 5 for the next game. And that is Manchester City, which, listen, Newcastle's a challenge. Forest is a challenge. In their own ways, Bournemouth, Fulham are challenges. I really think, even though they have a new manager and they've lost Bernardo Silva, they may lose a couple of other players before the season starts. I think Manchester City are going to be some side this season. Maresca, a fresh voice in the dressing room, can never be understated. We don't know what we're going to get from them. Maresca's had some trajectory of a career, you know. I'd have never guessed that he would have took over Pep Guardiola a few seasons ago. Now he is here, and he's going to be here to prove a point. I think we'll have a very different Manchester City, for better or worse. These first 5 games before that Man City game are essential. It's crucial Liverpool learn and learn fast, adapt and adapt fast to what Iraola is expecting, and also Iraola adapts to what Liverpool need from a coach. Now, just before the busy December period, Liverpool play Arsenal, Manchester United, and Everton in quick succession, with Arsenal and Manchester United being at home, Everton being away. Now, I've seen a few reactions to this already. I've seen a couple of texts in my phone. I think this is, again, very good. Now, having the tougher away games at the second half of the season is not a positive. I'm not going to pretend it to be that. But if you're looking to put a stamp down early on in the season, September and October, August, September, October, rather, you're playing all the big sides, and the majority are at home. Your Manchester City's at home. Your United's at home. Arsenal are at home. Chelsea may be away in December, but overall, Liverpool are playing the league contenders, the title challengers at home early on. I think you can paint that as a negative. For me, I think that's a positive. If you're trying to get the points away early and quickly, and you're trying to maybe make a gap between some of these teams, this is a wonderful opportunity. And this comes back to what I mentioned. Very quickly, Liverpool need to make Anfield a fortress again. The fans need to be singing in unison, as difficult as it can be at times with the way that stadium is set up now. The main stand, hopefully we can hear their voices this season. Now, what really needs to happen on the pitch, though, is the players need to dedicate themselves in the same way we've seen in Klopp, the same way we've seen under a Klopp system. They need to be flying into challenges. They need to be running from the first minute. They can't be throwing their arms up in the air just when something goes wrong. Making Anfield a fortress is essential for Iraola's success and for Liverpool's success this season, especially considering how quickly the big home games come. Now, the December period, I think, is friendly to Liverpool. Some difficult fixtures in there, but again, they're littered in between some very reasonable ones. Sunderland at home, Chelsea away, Leeds at home, Tottenham at home, Hull away. Now, those back-to-back home games followed by Hull away, it's a great setup. I really do think, again, you've got Leeds. We don't know what Leeds side will face this season. Tottenham, I think, will be much more formidable of an opponent, but having those, again, back-to-back at home, I think is very good before you have Villa away before the turn of the year. The December period has always been one of storylines for Liverpool, for better or worse. I really think this is a good opportunity. Again, I think this fixture list has been favourable to Liverpool. I know that might not be the opinion people come away with when they look at the October, but I really feel this is favourable. I think Liverpool have got a lot of the tougher games at home early on, which can really help build momentum. It can help build a unity within the team, and it is very good. Now, fast forward through the second half of the season, the games are littered out very fairly. It's a good position for Liverpool to be in. Second half, the away games are difficult. I won't pretend they're not, but they're littered between very positive, welcoming home games. But the game I want to hone in on is the last game of the season. It's Bournemouth at home. Iraola's last game for Liverpool, first season in charge, is against the last team he managed. I think it's a wonderful, poetic way for Liverpool to end the season. Potentially a chance for Liverpool to bring home title 21. Who knows? But fantastic opportunity. We will see what it means for Liverpool. But what do you think? What are your thoughts? Let me know. And thank you very much.